Them to put themselves in them and our shoes. That we really are struggling out here. So please just consider, think about the children, mostly the children.
Yeah, that's the message from Jessica Ramos to lawmakers. She is a mom of 6, so she is preparing to receive about $300 less.
The coming end of pandemic food aid for millions of Americans. The temporary program due to end on March 1st. Many fearing the consequences for struggling families. ABC's Alexis Christoforous joins us with more. Good morning, Alexis.
Good morning, Eva. This morning, nearly 30 million Americans bracing for a significant cut in their monthly food stamp benefits. After nearly 3 years, the federal government is ending pandemic-era payments for low-income families on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. 18 states have already ended the extra SNAP benefits. The rest of the country will do the same March 1st. The average household will now lose $95 a month for groceries, but depending on things like family size and income, some will lose hundreds of dollars a month in food assistance. The boost has been a lifeline for many, credited with keeping over 4 million people out of poverty. The extra money was always temporary, intended to stop once President Biden declared an end to the pandemic, which he plans to do in May. The cut comes as Americans continue to struggle with stubbornly high inflation. Food prices alone up more than 10% from a year ago, with staples like eggs, butter, cereal, and bread up by double-digit percent.
The last pandemic-era assistance programs is coming to an end. It's called the Expanded Child Tax Credit and Eviction Moratorium. Those have long expired, but by tomorrow, the extra food assistance many people have been getting will be gone. In fact, 42 million Americans receive what's called SNAP benefits. It used to be called the Food Stamp Program. These benefits will be cut by $95 per month or more. And then according to the study for the Urban Institute, the extra SNAP benefits have kept 4.2 million people out of poverty. Such a large number. For more on this, NBC 10's Matt DeLucia is live in Bala Cynwyd with what this could mean for families right here. Matt.
Yeah, Lucy, for older Americans and large families, the difference could be several $100s per month. And this is especially important now because inflation, we're seeing the prices at the grocery store. They've been going up quite a bit over the past few months, for sure. Now, during the pandemic, the government boosted the benefits for those 42 million Americans on SNAP benefits. But this month marks the end for those expanded benefits because of a provision in last year's omnibus spending bill. Now, George Matisek is the executive director of Share Food Program. It's one of the largest food banks in Philadelphia. He says they have already seen a 70% increase in demand over the last year as food prices have gone up.
For organizations like ours, that means having to work round the clock to make sure we're sourcing more food to serve more people.
For them to put themselves in them and our shoes. That we really are struggling out here. So please just consider, think about the children, mostly the children.
Yeah, that's the message from Jessica Ramos to lawmakers. She is a mom of 6, so she is preparing to receive about $300 less per month. Now, some places have been getting ready. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, for one, signed a bill earlier this month that would guarantee SNAP benefits for those households that are receiving SNAP, that they would get at least $95 per month going forward.
Tonight, we have critical news for folks struggling to get by, as Alabamians are forced to spend more and more on groceries. Emergency SNAP food stamps benefits are coming to an end. It's thanks to the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2023, apparently halting emergency benefits nationwide. NBC 15's Karis Harmon joins us now live in Mobile. Karis, some folks are wondering how they'll even put food on their table.
That's right, Kim, and some shoppers I spoke with today told me they have to break the bank just to get the necessities.
Anyone leaving the grocery store will tell you.
Very high when you can't get a dozen of eggs for less than $5. Very high.
People telling me their grocery bills are far too high.
It's usually around $200 to $300 a week.
I average probably about anywhere from $200 to $275.
Meat and eggs and cheese, all that is high, so about $400 or $500.
People like Christina Peebles are not only getting groceries for themselves, but they also have other mouths to feed.
Everything's went up. I have a 14-year-old and a husband. You definitely don't get a lot for $200 or $300.
Over 390,000 Alabama households could struggle to get food on the table. Emergency allotment for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP benefits, is coming to an end.
Since March of 2020, we have been issuing emergency allotments, which means that everybody would get their regular allotment during the month, and then at the end of each month, we'd bring them up to the maximum allotment for their household size.
A program that will not continue in March.
Most families will not feel this until the end of the month of March, but we're wanting to go ahead and let individuals know that, where they can start saving and being able to prepare for that.
And I have 3 kids now, so food stamp, it helps a lot because I get like a nice amount and then you don't pay any taxes on it.
One woman I spoke with did not want to be on camera. She uses food stamps.
And I'm not coming out of pocket paying $400, $500 for food. The food stamps helping me.
She will not be affected by the cut to emergency SNAP benefits, but many people could find themselves drowning just for trying to put food on the table.
It's a real big help. So for people that's gonna get cut or not even receiving it, I could just only imagine.
Some people saying this could cause problems.
Just because we're not seeing as much COVID cases and things going on with the COVID doesn't mean that people aren't affected by it.
Others say there's an easy solution.
America need to go to work. The Bible say if a man don't work, he don't eat. So they need to go to work.
During the pandemic, low-income individuals and families in Maine and across the country were getting some extra money to buy food each month on their EBT cards. But now that pandemic boost in SNAP benefits is ending. CBS 13's Brad Rogers joins us now live. And Brad, this will instantly cut potentially hundreds of dollars out of people's monthly food budget.
Yeah, it sure will, Marissa. You know, for tens of thousands of families who use EBT cards to buy food each month, they can't believe what's about to happen. On March